That was like a solid 7, I would say. Something like that. I don't know. Welcome to Friday Phil. I am, as you all know, Phil. Feel free to follow me on Vero, Instagram, Threads, and Blue Sky, where I talk all manner of Pokemon, Batman, bullshit, you name it. I talk about whatever the hell I want to talk about, whenever I want to talk about, when I have free time, which I don't really have a lot of lately. It's been a lot of just work and sleep, mostly. So I really haven't been paying too much attention, but I did jot some stuff down to talk about today. But of course, I'm always here to entertain the hijinks of my favored chat, who, people often show up. They keep the show entertaining. They help things move along. They're great guests. You've even got Jeffrey here, who is a mod. So watch your damn mouth, be kind to each other, and don't start throwing insults at someone because they have a different opinion than you do. Now, with all that networking nonsense out of the way, what is going on, everyone? Happy Friday. It has definitely been another week. It is hot. It is extremely hot here in California. Driving home today was an absolute disaster in the sense of it just being gruesome and scorchingly hot. Very, very warm, dry heat, and I do not like it. I like California in the fall time, and I like California mostly just in the fall. The fall is when my allergies don't really kick in too hard, and it's not too wet. It's not too dry. It's just perfect. It is the perfect weather for valley living. Definitely. That's a strawberry milkshake, by the way. I felt like I made the mistake earlier of already drinking one. That's my second. I bought 2 because I just wanted strawberry milkshake today for some fun, ungodly reason. But yeah, I just wanted a strawberry milkshake, so I went and got 2 because they don't make big cups like they used to anymore. Who's here? Who is out here? Who? Okay, we've got Dalton in the chat. What's going on? Happy Friday. As I mentioned earlier, Keyblade Master Jeffrey. Jeffrey says apparently there's going to be 100 Batman suits in the new Batman game. I will touch on that game later, obviously, for obvious reasons. Very obvious reasons. Very, very, very obvious reasons. We've got Daryl Taylor in the chat. What's going on, man? Hey, Phil. Happy Friday to you. Saw Weapons last week. Really enjoyed it. What did you think of episode 1 of Peacemaker season 2? Namely, the orgy scene. Well, Daryl, I guess we'll talk about that first, because that's kind of the hot button thing to talk about right now. Would be that Peacemaker is back for its sophomoric season on HBO Max, of course. And I have not seen the first episode of season 2. I just didn't find the time. So, and it's fine. Like, if you guys want to talk about spoilers, whatever. That I've heard about the orgy scene, have not seen it. Don't know the exact context of it. I did see the scene of, well, what was essentially the retcon from, the Justice League at the end of season 1 to, well, Superman, Supergirl, and the rest of the Justice Gang at the end of what is now the previous on. I've seen that. I've seen that sequence, and I was just like, oh, so that's how you got away with it. Okay. That's how we're going to move from one to the next. Just do a previously on and just put these characters in it. All right. I guess that's when you really start to think about it, just purely from a narrative perspective, that was a wild choice to me. But hey, whatever. I don't even know what the hell's going on with this orgy sequence. I guess it's Maybe James Gunn saw something in the boys and went, "Hold my beer." I don't know. Like, I'll get to it when I get to it. It's not. Look, guys, I am in no rush to watch Peacemaker. I haven't seen outside of what I just mentioned. That scene, the retcon scene of from the Justice League, the Justice Gang. I've seen that. I've seen the trailers. Anything else that is actually in this episode? No idea. There's an orgy that happens, I guess, and I'm like, okay, sounds par for the course. Not even sure I want to know who partakes in it, nor do I. Okay, like it's back. People like the show, and that's cool, man. Like if people want to watch John Cena just go from the wrestling ring and acting like a complete clown, then they can just watch him on TV where he can dress up like an actual clown and perform. And I think that's great. And I say clown because that's the exact word that Yahya Abdul Mateen II described working as Black Manta on Aquaman and the Fallen and the Lost Kingdom. Because at the end of the day, what superhero work is now, if you're not taking it superbly seriously, it's more or less clown work. Because you're dressing up, you're putting on makeup, you're putting on a show, you want people to laugh, you want people to cry. I don't think it's a bad analogy. But hey, people like John Cena. John Cena is very charismatic. He's got that, you know, hunky charm to him. And I think he's everything a character that you would love if you were James Gunn. I don't know how accurate this is to the character's backstory from Charlton Comics or even DC Comics, whatnot. But like, I don't know if he's just a down on his luck fucking dimwit child who grew up just wanting peace by any means necessary, who had a crappy father. Like I know his father not. I know his father in the comics is not White Dragon. Like that's a thing that they did for the show. But like, I don't know how much of what is in Cena's performance is from the source material. I don't know how much of it is Cena, and I don't know how much of it is James Gunn. But it is very clearly a character that is modeled and catering to John Cena's acting sensibilities. And I think that's cool. I'm just not a fan of, this jingoistic idiot who waves guns around and fucking preaches about peace, but at any cost whatsoever. It's like people love a character like this for why? Is it because he's a flawed individual behind the mask and has a lot of traumatic issues? Is it because it's John Cena? Is it why? Because personally, while I recognize the humor and I recognize the storytelling, I cannot personally connect with a character like that. And I'm not saying that I think that James Gunn is a terrible writer, and I'm not saying I think John Cena is a bad actor, and I'm not saying that what James Gunn pulls out of Cena is a bad performance, because that's not the case at all. I think they work really well together. It just doesn't work for me. Just everything that they are doing on a fundamental showcasing level with that character and the way that character is written, the way the character performs, and even just some of the stuff with Vigilante. I was actually really personally, just in terms of just where the source material lies, disappointed, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, man, like, I know people love Peacemaker, and that's great. I want and always want and advocate for variety in storytelling. I think that is absolutely important. And I think things like Peacemaker balance out your more serious and compelling works. and then you've got stuff that really tries very hard to play in the middle, and sometimes you get stuff that just kind of leans a little too hard one way or the other, and it really kind of loses its identity along the way. So I don't know. I feel like you either need to when it comes to just doing adaptations and characters and fictional characters and comic books and superheroes and things of that nature in that world, in that fictional realm, if you will. You know, I think that James Gunn has his strengths and has his weaknesses, and I think that goes for pretty much anybody who's made a superhero anything. There are always strengths and weaknesses. But that is the beauty that is this genre and how just varied it's become. Like think about it, it's come a long way since the days of just having the four Christopher Reeve Superman movies, the Burton Batman movies, or even the Schumacher films and even Superman Returns. You know, prior to the year 2008, there was not a lot to go around. Like, yeah, there was some really good stuff prior to 2008 leading up to it, definitely from both Marvel and DC. But the influx of everything really kicks off with Iron Man and the Dark Knight. And then from there stems the Spectrum, and everything that has come since kind of falls somewhere in between, tonally speaking. Well, I don't know. I think the tone itself of things has just kind of been pushed rather far with the humorous, over the top, colorful nonsense from a few of these other directors. But in fairness, that's some of the strengths of these books and their source material is just the fact that they are colorful, they are bright, they're optimistic, they are you know all that shit. And as far as Peacemaker goes, the heart of the character not only lies with Cena, it's his cast, it's the director, it's the crew, fucking doofy dance number. I did okay. You know what? I take that back. I also saw the opening dance number for season 2, and I was like, "Well, that's cool." But I have not watched the episode. What are my thoughts on it? Couldn't tell you. Of what I have seen and what I've heard, sounds like everything in the wheelhouse of one James Gunn when he's allowed to go completely R-rated. So I'm not shocked. I'm not mad. I'm not disappointed. I'm not asking like for other shit. No, it is what it is. Homeboy is head of DC Studios. He can do as he pleases. I'm perfectly content with biding my time and waiting for Lanterns and Supergirl and Clayface and whatever else. I mean, Batman Part 2, right? But there are a lot of friends and mutual friends who love Peacemaker, and it's like, yeah, cool, man. Not my bag. I just don't like dumb shits with a fucking toilet helmet on their head. Oh man. But hey, anyone who likes that show, you got a thumbs up from me, pal. Fucking fuck yeah. Because I mean, I don't want to be the thing that a lot of other Snyder fans have devolved into, and that is the thing that they ironically ended up fighting first to begin with. Just snotty fans online that were making fun of the thing that they liked. Like I'm not like I can okay. So what I mean by that is like I can make fun of the show with people that I trust. I'm not going to go out of my way and make these really cringy, like, hate bait dipshit videos of, like, how much I loathe Peacemaker and this, that, and the other shit. Like, fuck that, dude. That's a waste of anybody's time. If you do that, and hell, if you profit off it, fuck, more power to you, I guess. But just wasting your time and energy into just pouring like, oh, I fucking hate Peacemaker. Oh, fuck this, fuck that. Like that was the bit on Four Nerds. Like I was the guy who hated Peacemaker, and I would always like just throw in subtle shade jokes at John Cena's or even James Gunn expense. And now I'm just like, I'm not even trying to be that. Like I know I don't like the show. I know it's not for me, and I know I've got a lot of friends who are into it. And it's like, yeah, that's totally fucking cool, man. Cool shit. It's the cool thing about being a DC fan. You can like characters and then not give a shit about other characters. Same deal with Marvel. Same exact deal at Marvel. No fucking joke, guys. Like I guarantee you, once Doomsday and Secret Wars rolls around, there are going to be some Marvel fans, some like Marvel Cinematic Universe fans who go out of their way to be like, you know, Thanos was the better villain. Had a lot more build up, and you know he just conquered with the fucking Infinity Stones. Because you know there are people out there who are just not a fan of Robert Downey Jr. coming back and playing Doom, and it's really ironic because it's like you want these studios to work with people that they trust. If there's fun, crazy ideas that may or may not work, go for it. I hey, you know what? I've kind of been on board since the announcement. Like when he was cast as Doctor Doom, I was like, all right, let's go for it. See what happens. So yeah, man. I don't know. Like I just look at this stuff so differently now, and then I look online and I see so many people just treat this stuff so tribalistically and so personally and so just like almost as if it's a part of their identity in a weird way. I mean, yeah, I'm a nerd. I like this shit, but I don't know. I guess like I see people dissect and pick apart and cross examine everything James Gunn says or does, or things he likes, or things associated to him. And I'm just like, you realize you could spend your time like just finding a hobby, perfecting a skill. But I see just accounts just cross examine damn near everything and put any quote or thread post or whatever immediately minutes after he says it, they have it in screenshot for him. Like, just wow, you know, hey, whatever you got to do to get the vanity clicks, you know. But I don't know, man. I just remember a time when stuff like this was a lot less through a microscope and so in the palm of your hand in the know. I don't know. Maybe that's not even the right way to say it. I like. I remember when there wasn't such a need to be so vain about films that are, you know, subjectively good, bad, whatever. I cannot remember a time before 2017 where that was such a commonality. But here we are. Now the superhero genre is on some interesting ground, to say the least. Daryl says, some people still complain, saying Mads Mikkelsen should have been Doom instead of RDJ or Killian Murphy or a different actor. Hey, let them. If they want to complain, they can complain, make an echo chamber out of it, get that little serotonin, dopamine, whatever, to your brain. They'll be fine. Like, I have a much easier time just accepting things as they are, as opposed to what I want them to be. And I think a lot of fans really get lost in a lot of their expectations. So when I see, people kind of conflating this whole like, oh, Peacemaker is going to like open up and show you like what is next and in store for the DCU, I'm just like, I don't know that it's going to do that. The show's called Peacemaker. It's about him, and it's going to probably be a very personal thing with him and his supporting cast, which I'm sure it was, especially by the sounds of it. There was an orgy involved, but still, like, I don't know, man. Like, I think it's definitely going to be more approached from like opening up the world as opposed to like laying the foundation for what's to come. That's what I think it really is. I will say, a lot of people thought Superman was going to be in Peacemaker. Well, that previously on that looks like David Cornsweat's outline. So, I mean, technically, I guess you could say he was for now. But will he have a cameo later on down the road? Probably. Am I in a rush to break that story? No. No, no, no. Not at all. Um, I did see that like there's a still shot of him and Robert Patrick and I think David Denman. Which I think everyone was kind of like under the impression that he was going to be the brother in the parallel pocket dimension, whatever the hell it is, alternate reality, all that shit. So I'm sure I'll get to it, man. But like, again, I'm really in like no rush to watch Peacemaker. Not really. That's right, Jeffrey. Yes, it was Supergirl too. And then I even just think about that, and I'm like, well, that really doesn't like. I don't know, like stuff. When I start to really think about stuff like that, I'm just like, well, does she hang around Earth and help out too, or does she just run off and get drunk? Like I'm confused. But I don't know. I don't. Really. Doomsday is not even out yet. Plus, we haven't seen Doom trailer. Plus, we still have no idea what Spider-Man Brand New Day is about. Plus, about Stu the Fantastic Four meeting other heroes. I'll pay you to watch it now. How much per episode? TikTok, motherfucker. The chat is waiting. You best come up with an answer right quick. How much per episode? I'm curious. Really? 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 1575. You understand what that would come out to in total, right, Lance? In Chinese currency. oh, oh man. Bro, you're funny. No, it is not in Chinese currency. It will not be in Chinese currency. I'll tell you that right quick. No, 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 no. You want to pay me? I operate in America. You pay me American. You pay me U.S. dollar bill, sir. You want me to watch that? You want to pay me to watch that? You want me to watch that for Party Nation? You want me to watch that for your channel? I'll do it for your channel. I'll even give you the MP4s. You can upload them. You can make the thumbnails and do whatever the hell you want. Dead serious. If you pay me to watch all 8 episodes, I will give you all the footage and you can use it for your channel. That's 1.5 Warner Brothers stocks. Ah, ah. Come on, Chief. Yeah, Phil reaction to Peacemaker would be good content. There you go. Now you're thinking. Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I'll haggle. 15 even, but you pay me half and I give you half. And then when I get the second half, you get the second half. The ball's in your court. Oh, you can just pay me $15.75 per episode. The choice is yours, Mr. Geek Drums. That is my rate. $15 per reaction per episode. Okay, man. It's quality content. You just flush down the toilet. Just saying. I want to hear no groveling in my DMs. I want to see none of this talk about how you owe me or all this nonsense. I don't want to. I don't want to see anyone in my DMs talking about not feeling welcome or none of this bullshit. Anyway, no, 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 no. That $15 is far more. Is for more than 45 minutes per episode. So haggle for the extra labor of analysis and talking about it, which will be for the rest of your life as a DC fan. I mean, to be fair, I could charge by the hour, but I'm just charging by the video because I'm a good friend like that. If I wanted to charge by the hour, oh, then we'd have some serious conversations. If you want to talk about salary, whew, honey, what do I sign the contract? Anyway, yeah, no. If anyone wants to help Lance pay me to watch Peacemaker, by all means, contribute to the Venmo or PayPal fund. Tell you what, I'll watch Peacemaker if I can get what is it? What is the monthly subscription HBO Max? And they're like $9.99. If all of you contributed $1, an American dollar, to either my PayPal or my Venmo, then I would have enough to restart my HBO and watch Peacemaker just so all of you can see how I react to it. Just going to throw that out there. Throw that out there. But yes, James Gunn's little pet project, Peacemaker, kazoo noises, has returned It'll be on the air for the next 7 weeks. I think it was only one episode last night. So they are slow rolling this shit like they slow rolled the Penguin. So, yeah, that's cool and all. You know what else is cool? This is actually really fucking cool. This is some real fucking cool shit. Some really fucking cool shit. I'll tell you that right meow. That might have even been a hint. Might have been a hint. But a couple days ago, Deadline reported that Super Troopers 3 was actually going to start filming soon. It's like, oh, cool. They're Broken Lizard is reassembling to do a third Super Troopers movie. I was like, oh, cool. All right, can't wait to see when that starts filming. Well, guess what, guys? Day one was yesterday. Day one was yesterday. They started filming Super Troopers 3 fucking yesterday. What? What?
This is fucking awesome. This is fucking awesome.
Yo, like, Super Troopers is like one of the best comedies of all time. And while the second one is fun, it doesn't quite hit like the first one does. Because, listen, the first one is just like one of those all-time hilarious goof movies where no matter what bit it is, you are going to fucking laugh. Because that movie is just one of the funniest movies ever made. Between guzzling the syrup, between pulling over the couple with the stolen car and the rookie rabbit getting it on with the lady, like, dude, I'm telling you, like, this movie is just riddled with some of the most perfect, hilarious situational humor you just don't see coming, and it's just so funny. The Broken Lizard Troop, oh, excuse me, those guys are hilarious. And I've seen everything they've done. Slam and Salmon. I've seen Quasi. I've seen Beer Fest. I was kind of hoping they'd get to Oktoberfest, but I don't know if they actually will. And of course, Super Troopers 2. You know, a few of them even did a TV show called Tacoma FD, Fire Department. Yeah. A couple of them did that for a little while. Yeah, dude, like these guys are hilarious, and I'm shocked that they don't get more screen time. But I bet you anything, like this is going to be one for the books. Like they must be cooking something fun if they feel compelled to go back to Super Troopers. So I'm here for it. I can't wait for it. I love me some Super Troopers because I love going, Mother of God. Because that is hands down one of the best bits from a movie of all time. That is one of the best deliveries ever. Where Ramathorn's just like, Mother of God. So good. Just such a damn good shot. Good to line delivery. Just excellent. Excellent through and through. Cannot wait to see what they do. Who else is coming along for the ride? It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun movie. I bet you. I bet you anything. Oh. Well, since we were kind of talking about it, I guess we can kind of jump back to it. Saw this pop up in my feed too. So someone asked James Gunn something. Hey, Mr. Gunn, so the guy that's funding the Justice Gang is Maxwell Lord. Isn't that character a villain in the comics? And James Gunn goes, Max was retconned as sort of a muscular evildoer after originally being conceived by J.M. DeMatteis as a multi-layered character who is morally gray. Along with the skinny Amanda Waller, it was one of my favorite comic reimaginings. Max is inspired by the original version, so don't be waiting for him to shoot Blue Beetle in the face.
God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it! God damn it!
I wanted whoever he cast as Wonder Woman to break his brother's neck. Now we know for sure we're not getting that opportunity. Darn you, James Gunn. Darn you. Darn you. But no, I mean, is this all that shocking? No. Not at all. This is it's not surprising. I mean, like, I think he wants some longevity out of these characters. So that kind of tracks crafting the character in that morally gray kind of way. I know he's in the Peacemaker episode. We said, fuck, we see more of him in the trailer than we do in any of Superman. So I don't know. Like, I'm sure someone out there is mad about it. Hosi, what's going on, man? Well, I can tell way movies I watched I hadn't seen before the last couple days. I am well. I'm okay. I actually turned on True Lies last night. That was a great watch. I don't know what you've watched for the last few days, so go ahead and indulge us. Dalton's like, Welp? Welp is right. That's right. No dead Blue Beetle here. Phil, I wasn't here last Friday, but you talk about Jeff Snyder's Crash Out. No, Cameron, I did not. I did not talk about that. But since you brought it up, since you asked, I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm gonna be brutally honest, guys. Like, I am so out of the loop. Like, when I hop on Threads, I'm literally just on Threads for like 5-10 minutes a day, if that. I don't see shit. I didn't even hear about this till last Friday on the vodka stream. And then I saw Dave's video about what Jeff Snyder did on the Hot Mic show, talking about how he's going to wage war against James Gunn and scoop the living hell out of anything he hears, this, that, and the other. And I'm just like, wow, could you be any more of a pathetic little rodent? Because my God, you have no self-respect. Like, he has little value. He has very little value in the world of entertainment. And it is just so crazy to see a grown-ass man who very well could be like, close to twice my age, act that way on a live stream. Because holy shit, it reminded me of someone that, ironically enough, was on a prior stream that I was on. Like, the behavior was actually quite similar now that I really think about it. But that kind of crash out, awful, shitty behavior, like, that's just unbecoming. Like, when I saw what he said and how he said it, I was like, dude, you are like the biggest piss ant in the scooper industry. If you even such as leak anything superbly important from that studio, like, you understand, like, their lawyers will be in your in your inbox, like, without hesitating. Like, you will get sued. But hey, Jeff Snyder is a grown man. He can make his own decisions. He has a bed, I would imagine. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe it's just like a little nest with hay, settled in the corner with some cheese. Like, I don't know. But yeah, guys, like, when I heard about this, I was like, "There's really." Like, I shouldn't have been as surprised as I was, and I was quite surprised at just like how emotionally reactive this guy got at the fact that James Gunn just fucking swats his fucking scoops into next universe. But I don't know, man. I don't know. Like that's a whole different level of just like sad and deranged and just like, dude, maybe if you weren't such an emotionally egotistical man child, maybe you'd be a respected reporter, journalist, whatever the title might feel. You know, I don't know, man. Like I see shit like that and I just kind of shake my head and I laugh. It's just it's disturbing and it's sad and it's funny even to an extent too. I mean, like I mean it's funny. It's funny when you see people just constantly spew their bullshit, and then when someone like really goes out of the way to just kind of like knock it down and prove it wrong, like some of them like get real up in their feels about it, and he's the number one suspect for any of that. So when I saw him like crash out like he did, I was like, damn, bro. Like, go. I would tell you to go get laid, but you're already having a hard enough time even trying to do that. So maybe the next step here, hear me out, Jeff. Maybe you just need to walk into a whorehouse. Relieve some stress, mingle, maybe remember some ladies' names for a night or two. I don't know. But dude, you do you, man. Like if you really feel compelled to like try and say you're gonna go to war with the co-CEO of one of the biggest studios, by all means, man, like go for it. You wanna like just completely eviscerate and torch your fucking career? There's one way of doing it. I don't know. I there's a part of me that on a human level kind of feels bad for him. But even then, I'm also just not a fan of the way that he just manipulates certain just fandoms in general. Like when he uses scoops, he just manipulates them when he has meltdowns. It's actually quite disturbing and gross, if I'm being brutally honest. It's actually quite not healthy. Yeah, that's the word I'm going for. Anyway, yeah, I've seen his little crashy outie. It's certainly something. It's certainly something. Definitely. You know what else I saw that I was not expecting? It was Lego Batman. Lego Batman Legends of the Dark Knight. That was definitely a surprise. That was a very cool surprise, to be brutally honest. There's been a lot of cool stuff coming out about Lego Batman. It's coming out next year. And with everything that they've shown off from it, I'm actually kind of convinced it might actually be early next year, like Q1, January, February, March, April, somewhere in there. I feel like it very well could be early 2021. I know I saw a bunch of other shit for this. Why is none of it popping up? That's so weird. But yeah, you know, they've got a bunch of skins that like, you know, there's one from Detective Comics 27. There's one from The Dark Knight, the Batman. Like, I don't know. Can I get away with playing the trailer? I feel like I might get dinged because it's WB, but we'll see. Let's find out, shall we? Oh, that's 30 minutes of gameplay. We're not trying to do that. Here we go. All right. Let's check it out. Game. I think that was very clearly inspired by the Batman.
I need to become more than a man.
That's very much like Batman Begins. That's Batman Begins. That's Batman Begins. That's pretty cool, where he just builds a bat signal, and that's pretty cool. Climbing over tightrope. Yeah, a lot of the action and gameplay from this is actually derived from the Arkham stuff, which I think is pretty cool.
Who are you?
I'm Batman. There's the tumbler. There's Ace Chemicals.
Serious. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I'm allergic to nuts.
I'm allergic to nuts.
Who's the man behind the
Shreks, huh? Oh, that's right, yeah. I think Penguin's supposed to be in this game too. See, even that, I was like, oh, Arkham, there we go. Feels like you can change your Batmobile too. There's the Penguin, which I think is probably supposed to look like, at least it's meant to look like, I think. Damn it, why can't I? Danny DeVito, wow. Lego Batman, Legacy of the Dark Knight. Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You really adopted the dark. I was born in it. Molded by ours. Put that there. Could really help myself. Oh. Yeah, I think, honestly, this is early 2026. That's what I think. I for sure think it's early 2026. I definitely think that Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight early 2026, without a doubt. But that looks cool. You know, I've played less than a handful of Lego games. And that, I will play that just for the story. I want to see how they weave elements of the Batman movies into this narrative. I want to see how they do that, because that's always just kind of like, you know, how do you do something like that? And I think that Lego is the avenue in which you can do that story. Like, how do you try and find a way to blend all these different movies and into one singular narrative in a way? Or how do you homage each film, either historically or just, like, you know, spiritually in certain respects? Like, I even saw gameplay of Batman, but he's in the Brave and the Bold suit from the Brave and the Bold show, and it's him chasing the Red Hood. You get the whole origin of the Red Hood, and clearly we know what happens. And they totally, when everything's all said and done, you exit out of Ace Chemicals. Like, they show you the green waste and the pool. You see the Lego hand rise out of the goo, the green slime shit, and they totally give the same noise as Batman 89. And it's like, I see what you're fucking doing there. So I'm excited. I didn't think I was going to get another game after Pokemon Legends ZA. but that one, Lego Batman Legends of the Dark Knight, that is climbed to the list. That is an immediate must. I will get that. Now the question is, it's just like, do I get it for Switch 2? Do I get it for PlayStation? Like what platform do I get it on, right? This is the important question. What platform do I get Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight? What platform do I get that on? Right? Like what platform? Here. There's a poll in the chat now. Which platform do I get Lego Batman on? PS5 or Switch 2? Go for it. Have at it, everyone. Pick your vote. Dalton, if people are getting mad about Batman being in a rainbow suit, that's a them problem. That is very clearly a them problem. Hell, I might just stream in that suit just to make people mad. And you know what people I'm referring to. Those people. But no, man, like the combat looks cool. The suits look cool. I'm wondering also if you can like pick and choose certain parts from other Batman suits and like mix and match. I think you were able to do that in the last Lego game, so I don't know why you wouldn't be able to do that now. So that's cool. It would be cool if you could do that. I wouldn't mind doing some of that. Oh, that Jeffrey, the rainbow suit is like there's a tag, like there's a canon tag of like what issue that suit debuted in. It was from 1957. Like Batman's had that costume for well over 50 years. You apparently can customize the Batcave. Well, I did see something that you could showcase different Batmobiles, which I think is cool. I actually, now that I really think about it, I'm actually kind of hoping that Batman Beyond is in this too. But time will tell. I don't think it is. But for DLC, that'd be funny. Oh, what that's from. Yeah, you know, like I wonder if you can if the further along in the game you get, like how do you get more combos? Like how close to this is it to Arkham? How close is this in terms of skill, level up, combat? Like how close are we getting to Arkham? Like are some of the Lego gadgets directly inspired by clearly one of them is. I don't know if they all are. But yeah. Surprised Batman isn't being voiced by Troy Baker or Roger Craig Smith. I remember seeing who is the voice of Batman. I just don't remember who it is because it's a name I have not heard of. But so far in this trailer, though, we only got very Batman solo movie moments. We did not get anything because I know a lot of people are kind of wondering about: are we going to get Batman versus Superman? You know, the BVS Batmobile, things like that. And I'm wondering about that because and you know we know we're getting Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl. Like they're going to be a part of this because you know, and you know, and I know that Poison Ivy was a character that was named Bane, Ra's al Ghul, and I'm just like, okay, yes, those track based on movies that we've seen, but Mister Freeze would also be in contention there because I know Poison Ivy was also named, and Batman and Robin is a movie, and it was Batman and Robin and Batgirl versus Poison Ivy and Mr. Freeze. So I would have to imagine that they might be in this. BVS Batmobile was teased in a silhouette for the game. Okay, there you go. There you go. That says it all. So hopefully it is, and hopefully narratively, maybe we'll get like a Superman cameo, et cetera, et cetera. You know, Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, all that fun shit from the Snyder Cut. Like if they do some stuff from the Snyderverse in Lego Batman Legend of the Dark Knight, I would be kind of surprised, but I could also very well see them doing that as like a, hey guys, here's some DLC. But I don't know. I think it looks cool. I'm not a Lego player by any stretch of the imagination, but this would be the first Lego game that I would probably play all the way through. I would absolutely be willing to play through this Lego game all the way through. So, Jeffrey saying get Grayson go from Robin to Nightwing would be cool. Yeah, that'd be fun, especially in like a Lego sense, because the last time we saw Lego Batman and Lego Robin, it was just kind of like a. I can confirm no Justice League characters for the game, solely focusing on Batman. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. I'm seeing TMNT 1990 for the 30th anniversary re-release tonight. Good for you, man. I wanted to see that this past weekend, but I just did not want to get out of bed, dude. I did not want to do anything at all. But it looks like if I'm going to play Lego Batman, it's looking like 5 votes. Everyone's voting PlayStation 5. Wow, you guys really just want me to like get anything from my Nintendo Switch 2. Okay. PlayStation 5 it is, I guess. But I think that is where I'm going to put a pin in it for tonight. Because again, you know, not too much news, but not a whole lot of nothing going on either. There's some things to talk about. But as I mentioned up top, you know, Vero, Instagram, Threads and Blue Sky. Y'all can catch me there. Pretty much on Threads. Exclusively on Threads. But yeah. Oh, man, those milkshakes are giving me the hiccups. No one voted Switch 2. Everyone voted PlayStation 5. So I guess I'm playing Lego Batman Legends of the Dark Knight on PlayStation 5. You know, do me that favor. You know, tell your friends about me. You know, hit that do the thing. Hit the like and subscribe button. You know, you guys can also catch me on Party Nation every Tuesday. You can catch me on Council of Creators Chainsaw Reacts every Wednesday as well. You can catch me on the Vodka stream on Fridays because I'm usually there as well. And I'll probably be there tonight. We'll see. I would certainly hope so. I'm not making any guesstimates. I just always get an invite. So, yeah. Anyway. Oh, Hosi saw 7, True Romance, Big Trouble in Little China. I like all 3 of those movies. Those are very good movies. But everyone, as I always like to say, much love, take care, stay safe, have a great weekend. Toodles. Bye-bye.